Hello, fiction class. It's October 22nd, 2023, and this might well be the shortest video that I'm able to make for us because it's the midterm. Welcome, fiction students. It's October 29th, 2023. This is a pumpkin because it's almost Halloween and I'm almost in costume. Welcome to this week. And the thing you're going to notice about this week, besides the fact that I'm shooting our RSI update in almost the pitch black, is that the A contract diverges from the B and the C contracts this week in a big way, as the A contract students have committed to reading Beloved by Toni Morrison. The B and C contract students do not have to read that, but they do have to read something amazing. And the amazing that they get to read, they're going to encounter at an amazing website called LibriVox.org. And I hate for the B and C students to miss Beloved. It's a meaty Halloween story. Don't quote me, I'm kind of joking, but it is about a ghost story. In fact, it might be the greatest ghost story ever told. That diminishes it, considering it is a Nobel Prize winning, a piece of prize winning work from a Nobel Prize winning author, which makes it some of the greatest literature that we will look at in this class. But it's taxing, hard to get to. You'll notice, and A contract students watch the video in which I talk about how my wife had to read that introduction to the novel 5 times. It's one of those books where the writing is so dense, you really got to put your thinking cap on. From start to finish, it is impactful and filled with some of the most graphic images that you can possibly see. It raises the level of fictional discourse up surely beyond anything that we've experienced thus far in the class. And I don't want in this video to lose everybody else. Anyway, I was just saying that I hope the B and the C students will certainly put Beloved on their reading list to read when they have more time. Let me shift to the obligations and commitments of the B and C students for this week. And in the same way, I'd like to say to the A students, you guys should go to LibriVox.org, but you're going to be so busy reading Beloved that you may not have time, so do that later too. I hope that there are pieces of this class that persist in you after you leave, and so there are a couple dueling pieces of homework that you guys don't have to do this week. Each of you have a different piece that you don't have to do, but hopefully it'll stay in your mind and people will pick up Beloved and go to LibriVox.org when they can. But those of you that are going to LibriVox.org, the B and C contract students, you're going to be going there on a very specific kind of mission. I already know that you're able to browse. A lot of this class is about browsing because I feel like our culture is just screaming at us to follow the impulses of billboards. Buy. And it doesn't give us time to really think about what kind of literature we like, what kind of literature we're going to love. The LibriVox.org project puts you in the driver's seat as you browse through hundreds and hundreds, perhaps thousands actually, of great pieces of literature that are in the public domain, like much of the literature that we've read. For people who like science fiction, search up science fiction short stories there. You can even go to make, if you don't like the search functionality at LibriVox.org, go to the advanced search functionality in Google by just going to Google and searching advanced search. And when you do that, it'll bring you to the Google Advanced Search. They don't have a link for it on the main page, strangely, but you can just search for that, Google Advanced Search. You'll see that you can limit your search to LibriVox.org, and you can then go up above and put in all the keywords you'd like science fiction short story. I think that the search functionality at LibriVox is pretty good, but your assignment, contract B and A students, is to poke your noses in there and discover a piece of fiction that you really want to listen to. There's a 30-minute minimum, but no max. I make some jokes in my assignment guidelines about reading Moby Dick, which that's probably a 40-hour listen, so don't do it. There's not enough hours in that, but somewhere in between you're going to find great detective fiction from the 1920s, science fiction from the 1920s and 30s, and of course classics. So what I hope you'll do is, I just love watching what you guys discover, how you guys respond to the LibriVox.org project. It's a project, and a noble one in my opinion. And you'll be making a video this week, each of you. And you can even use video to reply to the other students' video. So that's the B and A student contracts. And the A contracts this week, you're going to spend the week reading Beloved by Toni Morrison. It's available, but copies of it are available at the bookstore for you. Of course, they're just paperback copies, so you can find it at any bookstore. And if push comes to shove, you can just gather a digital copy to read. You'll notice that I feel like we're going to be reading the whole book in 2 weeks, and so I do try to support students in a lot of different ways. And you'll notice that there is an audio version, but it is not to listen to while you're on your stationary bicycle or even walking through your neighborhood, because it is so dense it's almost impossible to understand unless you're reading it at the same time. So that's our work. Obviously you guys are finishing up. Well, you already did. You finished up your midterms. All that's on me now. I get to go and grade those, and I really look forward to it. I hope you've had a great time thus far in our course as we enter week 6. And I look forward to learning about how Beloved lands with the A contract students and how LibriVox.org lands with everybody else. Have a great week and happy Halloween.